The second method to experiment with allows you to generate sections using the clip volume tools. This is quicker than the previous method, and it has the advantage of allowing you to easily change the section location, something which you couldn't do before. Now, I'm working in my bushing design again, but a clean copy. This one's called Fitted Sections. You might want to do exactly the same thing. Now, right now I'm looking at my bushing in the 4 standard views, and they're all in wireframe. Now, the tool I need is on my View Tools toolbox. What you're looking for is this tool, which is the Clip Volume tool. So you click and hold on that because you want to pop up the list of tools behind this icon. First one is Apply or Modify Click Volume. That's the one you want. Look at the Tool Settings window. We're looking at the Place Fitted Section tool, and there's several options. But we're interested in this one, which is the Section Clip tools. But you can generate sections in any of these other ways as well. On your own, you can look at those. We need that one highlighted, and we're going to work with the plan view first. So we're going to use the section parallel to the top plane, in other words, the top view. We want to display the clip element, so that's on. And this seed drawing here is only there at this point for setting up the detailing symbols that will be used for the clip volume. So just leave that as it is. All I need to do now, as per the status line prompt, is select a view. Well, I'm going to select the top view, data point, and immediately we see quite a bit of information displaying. I'm making a section in the top view, so I'm seeing a top section, but it's the information around it which is important. Notice that we have the clip display, and there are several features. Look at the front view, and notice that we have a line across here right in the center. And this is really only because this is all that is in this model. But if we had a much larger model with many different elements, then the entire model would be enclosed in this clip section. So you would arrange your clip to suit which section you wanted to make. And you would do that by moving these various handles outwards, inwards, to enclose the elements that you wanted in the clip. I'm moving mine back in closer again, just to make things a little easier. And notice too that there is a nice green arrow here in the center. That's the direction of the cut. And we can reverse that if we right-click it. So notice we have a little box that turns up. And I can click on that to flip the direction of the arrow and the direction of the section. That's not what I want to actually do, so I'm going to reverse that action. Now we're looking downwards. And again, note that this is the plane of the section. And I can simply drag the section arrow up or down to change the location of the section. Now as I do, and I let go, keep your eye on the top view, which is where the section actually is. And notice how the section changes depending on where the section line is. Let's move it back to the center. Now zooming into the top view, this is the section that we actually see, and we can see the inside cut faces, and we can see the hidden lines, which is this corner here, which is perfectly correct. So this plan view section is actually quite correct. So that's the basic idea behind this. And I'd like you to experiment a little more with the handles and the location of the section and the direction of the section. And then after that, I'd like you to, on your own, make a vertical section. And this time, the vertical section should go in this direction across the bushing. And of course, for that vertical section, you would not make that in the top view. You'd make it in the front view. So we have again a front section to work with. Now this can get a little confusing with the clip volumes overlapping each other. One thing you can do, having selected one of the boundary lines, is to change it into a construction type element. This way, at least if you want to, you can turn off constructions and lose the display. But that at least tidies up the screen a little bit. Now you could, of course, have placed this section in the first place as a construction element, which would have made more sense and been more efficient. But doing it after the fact saves you from leaving constructions on, having forgot to turn it back to primary. Now, a couple of extra things here before you go on to the next video. Notice that in my view, there are some green lines. you are unlikely to see that in yours, and there's a good reason for that, which we'll look at a little later. You may also be seeing color here as well. You might find that the areas have a color, and that depends on how your settings are currently set for your particular version. Again, we'll get to the color part of it a little later. One other thing too, if you don't actually want to see the section itself, you can turn off constructions. Or if you don't actually want to see the section at all, you can go to View Attributes and you can turn off Clip Volume, which turns off the effect of the clip. And now you see the original bushing in wireframe. Turn it back on again, and we see the actual clip and the section. So that's what Clip Volume does in this regard. To delete a complete clipping plane system, you can either use the tools here, you can clear, hide, etc., or just select it and use the delete key on the keyboard. So move on now and make your own vertical section and go on to the next video.